So I understand the things happening in the country and how hard things are. Yo, English is not my mother tongue. Hey besties, welcome back to another episode of Sense of the Podcast. My name is Anna. It's another beautiful episode and your girl is back again. Those of you listening to me for the first time, those of you coming across my podcast for the first time, and Censored with Anna is a podcast where adults meet to discuss certain topics on sex, get candid about relationships, and have unfiltered conversations on adulting without judgment or shame. In a nutshell, this is a place where we're meant to discuss things that affect us as adults. And today, I've got another story time for you guys. But before I delve into that, let me apologize for not posting last week. I was down with some craziest crimes. I couldn't record. And yeah, I'm back now. Who missed me? I know you did. I know. Okay, your girl scrolled the street of Instagram last week and came across this particular thread and thought, as always, why not come here, share with you guys, give my 2 cents and get your 2 cents, okay? Yeah, so I have another banging story time for you guys. Let's get right into it. So the caption reads, "My brother-in-law won't stop asking me out." When I saw this, I'm like, what? Zero respect for your sister. And I almost judged the guy, but right here we don't judge, we only give our opinions, right? So before we judge him together, let me read the story so you can fully understand what this is about, and then you're able to sort of give your 2 cents as well, right? So let us get right into this. Good evening. I have something that has been bothering me for some time now, and I need your opinion and that of your followers. Please keep me anonymous. Ever since I was in the university, my elder sister's husband has been asking me out. I kept dodging him and kept saying no. At least then, I wasn't living with my sister. I had a place of my own. But ever since I finished school and then moved in with her, it is as if my in-law has been a weapon fashioned against me. The slightest opportunity he has, he would ask me out or ask me to sleep with him. I've told him countless times that I can never do anything to hurt my sister because I love and respect her so much, but he has refused to back off. I've warned him. He even offers me a huge amount of money to start up something and get a place of my own. But it seems the more I tell him no, the more it triggers him to apply pressure. Pressure applied. Okay. There was a time I slept up in the living room, and this was the part that got me like, girl, you have to be careful. There was a time I slept up in the living room and I found him laying behind me and touching me. Her sister's husband. Let that sink. Okay. Yeah. I jumped up immediately and went to my room. Continuation. And I sometimes catch him checking me out. Mind you, I don't wear things that expose my body. Right? I'm really tired of this temptation. I've cried, prayed, and at this point, I'm thinking of telling my elder sister. This is where I need your opinion and that of your community. I don't want to be the reason my sister's marriage will break because I have tried to put myself in her position. Like, how would I feel finding out my husband is hitting on my younger sister? I know a lot of people would say I should move out from the place. That's the only option for me right now. But with the situation of things in the country, I really haven't gathered enough money to get a place of my own. I need your advice on this issue. Should I go ahead, tell my sister about him and show her evidence? I have evidence. Or keep resisting the temptation until I'm able to get a place and then move out. Crazy. Crazy, guys. It is absolutely insane to know that a man you're married to married to is hitting on your younger sister, older sister, younger sister, whatever the case may be. It is absolutely insane. What goes on in the mind of this particular man? Like, if you wanted that sister, why didn't you marry that sister? If she was that hot and you were so attracted to her, what is wrong with people though? Like, what is wrong with people? I know that this particular situation is a tricky one, a touchy subject, because now this is her husband. This is your sister. First, I think you need to know who your sister is. Understand who your sister is. What she's like. Is she the type who will believe you when you say something like this? Especially if you have evidence. Or is she the type who would, take the side of her husband? You need to really understand your sister. Maybe just put it to her like a scenario, something. I think people should do that. If you're confused on what to do, maybe put it to her like a scenario. Tell her, okay, sis, there's something happening. My friend told me this thing. This is what, is going on. What should she do? Right? Then you can get her opinion on what she thinks you should do in that situation. Because, basically you're talking about yourself, or just giving her, or telling her it's a scenario that's happened to somebody else. I think that way, it would be a lot better. Even though, like I said in one of my other videos, where I said that sometimes it's easier to give advice when it's not you in that position, right? Maybe when she finally realizes that, okay, this is about me, this is about my life, maybe she'll act differently, but at least you have an idea of what she thinks should happen in that situation, right? I fear for this girl. I know that she says there's a lot going on in the country, which of course is the truth. In Nigeria right now, there's so much going on. Do you not have like other family members that you can stay with, right? I think she should tell her sister. Because for me, I think that's a way of protecting her sister from a man like the husband. Because if you're doing this in my home, in our matrimonial home, with my sister, who knows what you're doing outside, right? Who knows if you're bringing girls into the home? Who knows, what you're going to get outside and what you're contracting outside and, eventually coming to give it to me. Who knows? So this is telling your sister is a way of, I won't even say it's just breaking up the marriage, man. Because in the first place, I don't think there's a marriage. This is how I see it. If you listen to my last episode where I talked about, are you marriageable? Right? If you listen to that episode, I'll put the link in the description box so you can go listen to that. I didn't make a video of that. But if you listen to that episode, that's not a marriage, right? She's not even in a marriage in the first place, right? So I think she should tell her sister, but I think she should put it to her as a scenario first to understand her perspective and get, how she thinks about situations like that, so you can best understand how to put that to her. Be careful, because if he comes to you, sneaks up on you when you're sleeping, he might do anything to you, rape you or something, but because you haven't said anything the whole time, it is possible that he goes back to your sister and says, oh, your sister is trying to seduce me. Right? He can do anything at this point. When it comes to situations like this, when you see people who are this desperate, you don't take chances. At least I wouldn't take chances. You either leave the house completely, go to another family member, or try and sort of like squat with a friend for a bit until you are able to stand on your feet, if you have any friend that would squat you. And continue to allow your sister, that's one option, and continue to allow your sister live with a man like that. Or you tell your sister with evidence and, face whatever comes with it. But like I said, first of all, know who your sister is. How close are you guys? Do you think she's the kind of person who would take her husband's side, in situations like this, even with proof? You have to know. You have to know. Because if you don't know, and then you just go and say it, you might be the bad guy. Right? You might be the bad guy. It's possible your sister knows who she married. That, he's a dog at this point. Because, that's the only way I can describe him. It's possible she knows who she married. It's possible she's not aware of this side of him. So I think telling your sister would be protecting her. Right? She would feel bad, but at least she has an idea of either deciding to stay with this man still and protect herself, or leave the marriage. You're not breaking up a marriage. You are saving your sister and yourself. Because a guy like this who is persistent to the point where he's sneaking up on you, touching you whilst you're sleeping, will do anything to you, babes. It will do anything. It will do anything to get in your pants. It's probably just, I won't even say a fetish, it's probably just a fantasy of his to do that. And the thing with fantasy is, if you haven't done that thing, it's like a drug sometimes. You want to do it, you just want to do it. At this point, it's not even thinking of the consequences. It's not thinking of your sister. It's just thinking of getting in your pants, okay? So it would offer you any amount of money, offer to do anything for you just to get in your pants. I appreciate you, right? I appreciate the fact that you love your sister so much and you will not want to hurt her that way. But I also think that not telling your sister is you doing her a disservice. Even though I'm still going to add and stand on the fact that you need to first know who you're dealing with. I mean your sister now. Know who she is, what type of person she is, how in love she is with this man. Is she going to blame you for this? Is she not going to blame you for this? Yes, regardless of whatever it is, I think you should tell her. If you don't think that's an option for you, leave the house. Because, babes, it's not going to stop. It's going to continue. And one day, this man might rape you. He might do that. And not only will you be traumatized, maybe you would go and lie, and say you've been seducing him or trying to seduce him. Who knows if he's not even lying to your sister right now? Like, who knows if he's not already putting that, thought in her head that, your sister is looking at me funny, your sister is coming at me funny, your sister is trying to touch me funny. Who knows if he's not doing that? Because like I said, and I am still saying and standing on the fact that a man like that would do anything. He might rape you one day. And I'm sure you don't want that. So I understand the things happening in the country and how hard things are. English is not my mother tongue. Okay. I understand how very hard and difficult things are right now in the country, but look for another person to stay with. Except, of course, it is only you and your sister. Your parents are no longer alive. Don't you guys have a family house? If you don't you have cousins or people that you are pally or cool with? You don't have a boyfriend or something? Yeah. I think you need to sit down and, weigh your options at this point. You need to sit down and weigh your options, because that guy will rape you one day. And I am not joking, because he's already sneaking up on you and doing shit while you're asleep. Okay, so protect yourself and your sister. But let's see what, people had to say in the comments, okay? This person said, tell your sister, let her know the kind of man she has, or very bad man. And that's what I said, like, let her know the kind of person she's dealing with. It's possible that she already knows, because truth is, there are women who knows their husbands are shit, like dogs, and they really don't care, because we've seen instances where a mom with a 15-year-old daughter who remarried and knows that the man is doing things to her child. We've seen situations where this woman will blame a 15-year-old girl for being abused by her stepdad. You know, that's why I said, importantly, it is important you know who your sister is. Put it to her as a scenario, as something that happened with someone that you know, a friend or something, or a story that you read somewhere, to get her opinion on what she thinks that person should do before you blot it out, because you don't want to be blamed for something that you're not doing. And at the same time, in spite of that, I still think you should let your sister know, so she's aware of the kind of person that she's dealing with. Okay. Another person said, tell your sister, if the marriage crashes, it won't be your fault. It won't be your fault at all, babes. It will not be any fault of yours, because the man is a dog. And you don't want your sister to keep living with a dog, because one day this particular dog will bring in something that will, probably affect your sister's life forever. And at that point in time, you will start to feel guilty, because in your head, you will say to yourself, why did I not just say it? Right? Why did I keep quiet? This is you covering someone. Is you protecting this man at this point? In spite of whatever might come out to be. Yes, she might chase you out of the house and say, well, leave my house. If it gets to that, at least you have told her. At least now she knows the kind of man she's dealing with. She may not want to say it to you, but I think the right thing to do is to tell your sister, babes. I think, tell her. Someone else said, same thing happened to me in 2020. Please tell your sister, tell your other siblings and parents if you have. Let people know what is happening, so when he eventually wants to start spreading rumors and lies. Remember I said this, he would lie and say things, and now you might be the bad guy because you refuse to open up and say, expose this man for the dog and the absolute trash that he is, right? So yeah, tell someone. If you can't tell your sister, tell a family member. Give them the proof or whatnot, so you know that somebody at least knows. So when it comes out, because trust me, I think this guy is already telling your sister things and saying, your sister is coming at me funny and doing things to me funny. Okay, it's an absolute trash. And anyone that knows anyone that is trash will tell you that they will do anything and everything to save their asses. Okay, so please, let me continue. You would have proof that you told people and you weren't silent. Please, my dear, tell someone, record conversations, screenshot chats, tell someone. I'm talking from my own experience. Now, this is someone giving you, and it's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. So you need to please talk to someone. Tell somebody. Someone said, please tell her. Please, before you tell her. I said this thing already, guys. So it's interesting to see that people in the comments are all like saying some of the things I already said. Know the kind of person your sister is before telling her. I already said that. It's important to know who you're dealing with first. Is she someone who would take her husband's side? If she's so in love that she doesn't see anything the man does as wrong, if she's that kind of person, you don't want to put yourself in that situation, but I think you should still tell her regardless, right? Not all sisters have sense. True. Absolutely true. Okay. I'm so sorry to say this. If she belongs to the association of married women who choose their shameless husbands over their family, even in the face of the truth, there's nothing you will say to her that she will see reason. She will blame you and choose her husband over you. If she's that type of woman, then please quietly leave the house at all cost. Okay. Yes, I completely agree with this person, but I would say still tell her. Let her know. Even if she's going to send you out of the house, not that you have your proof, right? You have evidence, you have it all with you. Tell her, give her all the evidence and keep them as record that you send these things to her. And if she still says, oh, I love my husband so much, I want to stay married because marriage is the ultimate thing in life. I want to stay married and, I don't care what it does, leave my house. At least your conscience knows that you have told her. You told her that her husband is trash and a disgusting piece of shit, but she chose to stay with him. She chose him over you, and that's fine. It hurts. It will hurt, babes. It will. If she's that type of person, it will hurt. And maybe you will get to the point where you regret ever doing that. Like you will say to yourself, I wish I never said anything. You might get there. Let's just put it out there, right? You might not all be rosy and saying, okay, my conscience is clear. I told her, and that's fine. No, you will get hurt. You also have to look for a place to stay, It might get a bit uneasy for a while, but you've told her. So whatever happens, that she's aware that her husband is a trashy piece of shit, right? Yeah. So I still think, tell her and leave the house, okay? So you don't get yourself in trouble. You will not be crashing any marriage. You will just be exposing the man for who and what he truly is. Maybe, like I said, maybe she knows, maybe she doesn't. We'll never know, right? Maybe she knows that the husband is a disgusting piece of shit. Maybe she doesn't know, but tell her. Because you're telling her is, for me, a way of showing love to your sister. That I love you. I know you deserve better. I know you don't deserve a man who will be hitting on me as your younger sister, elder sister, whatever the case may be. That is, for me, is loyalty. And I'm big on loyalty. If you know me, I don't like disloyal people. Like, I don't want to say hate, because hate is a strong word. Maybe detest, I don't know if that's even stronger, but I don't like people who are not loyal to anyone. I can't trust a person like that, right? I like to, even if my circle is just a circle of 3 people, I know that I am loyal to these people and they're loyal to me. I like to have that, that's what I like to have. So it will be you being loyal to your sister, however she decides to take it. If she decides to appreciate your loyalty to her, fine. If she decides to now be disloyal to you and make you seem like the problem, it's still okay. At least you've tried your best. If you didn't have evidence, I would say, yes, don't do it. Because you have nothing to show for it, right? And like I said earlier, maybe the man is already telling her things and putting things in her head about you that you don't know about. And it's not just even for your sister at this point, because you are at risk. So even if you're going to tell her, which of course I think you should do, I also would advise that you leave the house completely. Leave that space completely, right? And I also want to appreciate you again. Not every sister will do what you've done. Resist this man, say no to this man, even when he's offering you huge amounts of money. I know, you're like, what are you saying? She's my sister. Yes, there are sisters that are trashy, babes. Some sisters don't mind sleeping with your husband, taking money, and even having children for him without you knowing. Yeah, these things happen. We see these things all the time, right? So it's not like it's, it's a new thing. These things happen. So I really appreciate you and commend you for being this person who knows that, nope, I'm not going to betray my sister like this. I'm not. Especially, see, I'm one person, like, especially if someone is there for you. Even if the person is not there for you, per se, even if the person does not come through for you when you need them, just being able to put yourself, I think what I try to do majority of the time now is put myself in the shoes of another person. How would I feel if someone did this to me? Right? I'm human, right? So I still have my flaws, I still have my mistakes, I still do things that in my head I'm like, girl, are you crazy? These things happen because why? I'm a human being, right? But majority of the time, I try to make this conscious effort to put myself in people's shoes. How am I going to feel? Yes, your sister will be hurt. Yes, she might even feel inadequate, because I'm here. Why are you hitting on my younger sister? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It might make her feel inadequate, but you give her that option of knowing and deciding on her own what she wants to do with that information, as opposed to not even giving her an option at all. Because what if she doesn't even know that this man is like this? If he's doing this with you, his wife's sister. And that's why I say it's a disgusting piece of shit. It's trash. Like, absolute trash. If he's doing this with you, his wife's younger sister, and it's been happening for a particular period of time, it's happening for a long time, what do you think he's doing with other girls outside of his marriage? And like I said, guys, if you did not listen to my Are You Marriageable? There's another one I did, another episode where I talked about, are you your spec? I think, no, who is your spec? I think you should go listen to it. It's not, like I said last time on my last episode, the goal is not just to be married. The goal is to stay married, be happy in marriage, enjoy marriage, grow together, improve together, build together, respect each other. It's not just marrying for the sake of, oh, I am a Mrs., No. At least for me, it's not. Imagine this garbage. Imagine being married to a garbage, like trash. Imagine. You have to really be garbage, be trash, to go for your wife's younger sister, like persistently. Offering her money. Like, you're not even thinking of the person that you married. Like, you don't even care. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like a drug for some of these people. Like, you don't even care. You're not thinking of the consequences. You're not thinking of anything. And then when you get caught, you start to say, oh, I'm sorry, bitch, it's the devil. No, you are the devil. You are the devil. So, yeah, tell your sister, regardless. And yes, know the kind of person that she is, so you are prepared. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot to add. Knowing the kind of person that she is will also help you prepare for whatever outcome there's going to be, because you're not safe. So I'm not just saying tell your sister for your sister's sake alone. I'm saying tell your sister for your sake as well, and get out of that house. for yourself, because that man will rape you one day. It will rape you one day. Because maybe it's a fetish for him or a fantasy, and if he hasn't gotten what he wants, it will forcefully take it from you. And you don't want to deal with that. You shouldn't deal with that. Okay, so leave the house. And you know the kind of country you live in, Nigeria. They will ask you, if you did not enjoy it, if you did not want it, why didn't you leave the house? That's what the police will say. There's so many. Okay, let's not get into that. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Leave the house while she still can. And before you do that, let your sister know. Even if she's going to take his side, she's not going to take his side, she will call you names, it will hurt. But if you realize that at the end of the day, your sister contracts something that she's not, supposed to contract because she does not know the man that she married, you'll feel bad as well. You feel terrible that you knew you could have saved her from that, but you didn't. Okay, so I know that you should tell your sister, even if you can't do it face to face. Like I said, give a scenario first, like just gist with her and give the scenario. If you can't tell her face to face because you can't face her because you're feeling bad, send her a message, send her the evidence and everything that you have. And from now on, record things, take screenshots, save them in your files that you can still retrieve them if anything happens. Yeah, do that, okay? But I know that you should tell her. Let her know. Give her the option of knowing and deciding to stay or to leave, as opposed to not even keeping her in the dark. Let her know. And even if she says stay in the house, I think you should leave for your own good. For your own good, your own sanity, your own protection. I think you should find your way to the left, to the left, out of the house. So, I don't know, find a family member or someone that, a friend that you can, sort of squat with for a while, depending when you're able to sort yourself out. I think you should do that. But staying there is not good for you at all. Because dude will do something to you one day. I'm telling your sister, it's not you destroying her marriage. It is you opening her eyes to the garbage that she's married to for whatever years they've been married. Because trust me, this guy is banging other girls outside the house and probably bringing them into his home. If he's doing this with you, his wife's sister, best believe is doing it with multiple girls. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think she should do? How do you advise she puts it to her sister? Do you think she should tell the sister? Do you think she should keep it to herself and just leave the house? What do you think? Either way, one person is going to get hurt. That's what I feel. Either way, one person is going to get hurt. It's either she decides to go and not say anything to her sister and the sister gets hurt at the end of the day, or she tells her sister and the sister blames her for it and she gets hurt. But at the end of the day, someone is going to get hurt. Right? And even if the sister believes her and doesn't send her away or doesn't blame her, the sister will still get hurt because it's painful. It hurts to know that the man that you married is hitting on your younger sister. And to an extent, she will start to blame herself. That's the next question they ask. What am I doing wrong? Am I not good enough? Am I inadequate in any way? She starts to feel inadequate. And it's annoying. It's painful. At least now she knows, right? Let me know what you guys think, okay? Let me know what you guys think. I might be wrong, but I know I would want my sister to tell me that, oh, this person that you're married to is doing such and such and such, coming at me funny or doing this to me, or this person that you're dating is doing this to me. I would want my sister to tell me. I would want my friend even to tell me. Even though I know that with friendship it's not easy, trust me, it is not easy, but I would appreciate them to tell me. or if they can handle this, because just let me know. Because if you can go to my friend and go to my sister, okay, I don't want to be with you. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so yeah, that's what I think she should do. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think she should do? How do you think she should handle the situation? Do you think she should just leave and not say a word, or tell her sister and leave like I already suggested? But let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay? Okay, yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. Until I come your way again, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. I did not just say bell. No, I did not just say bell. No. Wow. English is really not my language, eh? It is, but I'm just joking. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Yeah, don't forget to follow me on Spotify as well. Share this podcast, share to your friends, your family, share to everyone. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay, until I come your way again, I remain Anna, and this is Uncensored Annie. Bye guys.